you want me to talk? Are you filming?
No,
You're
just a photo.
Oh, so I'm here on an artist residency with
Oh,
West
nice.
Darling Arts, and the project is Glamfest, which is, they're going to have a Laneways Festival next Easter.
Oh, cool.
And I've been asked to research the history of the mosque museum, the Afghan Mosque Museum,
Oh, that is awesome.
and other histories of the region, and then make an artwork in response to that. Oh, cool.
Happy with that?
Yeah, I look all right.
If I can just get you to write
Name?
that down.
I'll write that down.
So even though they're well known as Afghan cameleers, they came from various places, a lot from India and Persia, Baluchistan, particularly around the Punjab region, and even as far as Turkey. So culturally, they were actually quite a diverse group. There were Hindus as well as Muslims and Sikhs that came to Australia.
This one here, that's one of my dad when he came back from Port Augusta with the camels. He brought 40 camels back and 2 big wagons and all gear, and he's selling them here in Broken Hill. He's want to get enough money to go back to India, but we don't know if he went back or not. Couldn't find that out. That's one trip he was on, that would have been 1917, that one. And the other one here, the smaller one, that's him again on the camel. That was in 1919 when he went to Port Augusta again and got more camels and come back here. It's a fair way over there, nearly 480 kilometres, I think, from here to Port Augusta. Mum and Dad passed company when I was only 4,
Oh, wow.
back in 1944.
Yeah, right.
The brother and the sister that I had, they went and lived with other people. And I was stuck with my father apparently. It was pretty rough. He had plenty of money, he had plenty of houses. He opted to live in this old shed. Lived in the old shed, and the houses all rented out. Now one day he had money, but he blew it all, I think, on racehorses, dogs, greyhounds, boxing. He used to bet on the boxing and the wrestling and all that sort of thing, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Never drank or smoked.
Right.
Or he'd have a cigarette, but like this, you know, not very often. All the old man done was a workaholic. When you're shoveling coal for 9p a tonne, you must think he's a yard up from quid, you know.
Yeah.
But when he weren't working, I can remember a lot of sand drift around there.
Yeah.
He used to just get the shovel and the wheelbarrow and he put in a block out of the back of the sand like a big castle. And all the kids would be up there jumping up and down on the sand. Real red sand too it was.
Right.
Yeah, it's hard to imagine. It'd be alright if you could actually see a picture of what it looked like. Yeah.
I have actually seen some pictures because I'm really interested in Albert Morris,
Yeah.
who was the naturalist that.
Oh, he stopped all the dust and all that.
Yeah, he built that green belt around
Yeah.
Broken Hill. Yeah.
Yeah,
And so
no.
I've seen those huge dust storms that came through and mounds of dust and photographs. Incredible. Can't imagine.
Yes, that one that came through when I was only about 5 or 6, about 1946, came through, it was pitch black. You
Oh,
could
really?
not see it in front of you.
Wow.
And we was coming home from the park and we went into these people's house because we couldn't see nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, down the lane down there. It was just black dust.
How scary.
Just like pitch black night, you know.
Yeah.
And then after a while, you can see it coming all clear again.
Right.
Same planting in, but the dust is just built up on the fences, all along the fences. Up about that high.
So I've been working with some of the plants that were first planted in the Regeneration Centre with the green belting of Broken Hill. This one that I'm working on here is actually the red gum. So generally I start by drawing the gum. I get a specimen and I start to draw it just to try and understand its form and how it exists in nature, which is what I've done here. I've got the saltbush and a red gum, just loosely drawn to get some idea of the form of the leaves and the gum nuts and the branches and how they grow. And then from there, I do just some loose line drawings really to try and keep the essence of the plant by keeping a lot of the external forms and patterns. And the gum nuts here, as you can see, it's got like the cross in the center of this particular gum. So working with that cross, I've actually placed this little grouping here into a 4-fold pattern, which is basically 8 segments around a circle. So I've traced off this section here onto a triangle, which would be like that shape there. So I placed this over the top of that and traced it just in that one triangle. And then what I do is I mirror it. I fold it over and trace it into that section. Then I fold it again and trace into that section around a circle, which gives me my finished pattern. But at this stage, there's still a lot of negotiating to go on in terms of how the pattern meets up as you go around and each segment joins. So I've manipulated leaves and moved branches and things to form what I think to be a much more balanced form. And in the end, I actually traced off another one because this got so messy I couldn't see where I was going. So this is the final one that I've then placed onto my watercolour paper. And you can see that that sits onto my centre line, my horizontal and my vertical. And I've traced it around, which has given me this pattern. So far I've placed one colour, but I will add more as I go. So that's the process. And then from this, which is basically in a circle, I can repeat that out by mirroring again in any direction, so it becomes a repeat pattern. This will be the basis of what I hope will be a wallpaper, which I'll work into the niche in the alleyway. I'm also hoping to do one with the saltbush and also with the mallees.